Will everybody please rise for the presentation of the colors and the national anthem sung by country music performing artist Sam Banks, followed by the invocation given by Chaplain Brian Satterley.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let us pray. Almighty God, we thank you for your goodness, grace, peace, mercy, loving kindness that you bestow upon us daily. Today, we honor the military spouses gathered here that represent the cornerstone of our nation, the tens and thousands of military spouses who selflessly serve their communities and passionately support their loved ones in military service. The spouses we honor today exemplify the values that we all hold dear: selfless service, sacrifice, hard work, humility, and honor, as they have and continue to make their communities and our world a better place. May we all seek to emulate their example of faithful service to our nation. Bless our time here together and continue to bless and protect our service members and their families throughout the world. Amen.
Please be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and military leaders, and honored spouses of the year. It's a privilege to welcome you to the 2024 Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year ceremony and luncheon. Let's take a moment to appreciate the unwavering commitment from our military leaders whose presence here today speaks volumes about the importance of military spouse contribution. With the utmost respect and sincerity on behalf of the AFI MSOY community, thank you very much. This week has been very fun, educational, and full of genuine connection. We couldn't have done it without the support of our incredible town hall sponsors, our gold level sponsor, Gallagher Re, our silver level sponsor, National University, and our bronze level sponsor, NewRes, as well as supporting partners, Amazon, Humana Military, and Armed Forces Benefit Association. Because of your commitment to the spouse community, we've been able to host one incredible event full of support and celebration of our Spouses of the Year. I'd like to announce also a new partnership that we have now with ID.me, the leading identification verification source in the industry. ID.me simplifies how individuals prove and share their identity online. The ID.me Secure Digital Identity Network has over 125 million members, with over 60 individuals joining daily, as well as partnerships with 31 states, 16 federal agencies, and over 500 name brand retailers. The company provides identity proofing, authentication, group affiliation verification for organizations across sectors, and I'm telling you, we are really thrilled to work with them this year and moving forward, offering this added layer of security in the nomination and voting process, particularly in these times of heightened cybercrime. Thank you, all of our sponsors. And so, to the admirable men and women in this room who are being recognized today, our Spouses of the Year, who we fondly call our SOYs. Your contributions to your community have been seen. You were nominated and then chosen for the titles that you now hold. Could all of the spouses in the room please stand? Join me in applauding these spouses who are change makers in their neighborhoods, our communities, our country. I look out there and see the faces before me, and I am very humbled by their company. Thank you. At a time of division and uncertainty, we remain a group that pushes to do good in the world, to build bridges, to unify. Military spouses have been thought of as the unyielding constant that can be relied upon when America calls on their servicemen and women. It's a powerful sentiment, but it is not without pain, sacrifice, and hardship. The causes and advocacies that many of you represent are bringing those hardships forth to light, allowing our country to see the difficulties that military spouses face. You are looking and are finding solutions for military employment, PCSing with beloved furry family members, accessing mental health services, infertility, EFMP, and so much more. You are encouraging community, compassion, and friendship. If you look at the program in front of you at your place, you will find the 2024 branch winners and each of their advocacies listed. These winners were all recognized for their work in their communities. Then through our voting process, were chosen to represent the 7 branches of our military. The leadership of all of our SOYs is commendable, and we are proud to cheer them on. This afternoon, we will learn who has been named the 2024 Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year. There are 5 judging categories for the prestigious award: involvement, community building, communication, compelling story, and most important of all, leadership. Leadership is the most important because of this. You, our AFI SOYs, are the leaders who will sojourn into the future, leading the next generation of military spouses and families. Your work today will influence military communities of tomorrow. We're so proud that the future is in your hands. This week has been about bonding and lifelong friendships. Long after you walk out of these doors, people that you are sitting next to today will be the ones that you rely on in times of hardship and success. Your fellow SOYs will offer guidance, encouragement, and wisdom as you move forward in your journey. Cherish these relationships. Cherish these relationships. Change the world. As the program continues, please enjoy your salads, and we'll be back with you in just a few. Please continue to enjoy your salads. We're going to go ahead and go on with the program. Tuesday,
Proudly.
Our SOYs had a choice of attending learning sessions here at the hotel or participating in the Leadership Reaction course, again at Quantico Marine Corps Base. We have good news. We finally broke the rain streak and had sunshine and temperatures in the 60s. And once again, we heard lots of interesting dialogue. Things like, well, at least it's not raining, but this wood is slicker than snot. Oh no, I'm slipping. Am I going to be disqualified if I lose a glove? Come on, climb that wall like Spider-Man. You know, Crocs might not have been the best choice in footwear. And these obstacles are really harder than they look. But I have to say the most encouraging comment I heard warmed my heart. I heard someone say to their team members, hey, you know what? The more we work together, the more we learn about each other, and the better we become for the good of the outcome. And that, my friends, is the essence and exact goal of what that course is supposed to lead everyone to the conclusion, to teach you the importance of leadership and teamwork. Oh wait, there's one more big lesson. Whatever you do, do not leave your phone at the top of a 12-foot wall. Seriously, we are so grateful for this opportunity, and we extend a heartfelt appreciation to the Marines for their warm hospitality in hosting our group. As mentioned earlier today, we gathered to celebrate this year's base and branch winners, and I'm happy to report that although they all aren't here representing today, we have winners from all branches of service and close to over 100 bases globally. This is amazing. The growth that this program continues to have, representing 7 different branches of service and all of the different bases across the world. I mean, think about how big that could be. Congratulations to everyone as well. Okay, now we'd like to play a video that really highlights the history and the many accomplishments of this amazing community.
We proudly present the Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year program.
Please join us on our journey through the years of the Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year program. Founded in 2008 by Chris Hale, the award was introduced as a way to empower the community by enabling military spouses to recognize the leaders among them. Shell Brewer, Army Spouse, was selected as the 2008 Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year for her incredible commitment to volunteerism with such organizations as the USO and the March of Dimes. In 2009, branch winners were introduced, allowing even more men and women to be recognized. Marine Corps spouse and veteran Tanya Chiaro won the overall award for her work as a victim's advocate, a volunteer with the Links program, and as a key spouse. In 2010, it was Lori Bell, an Air Force spouse, veteran, and author of The Yes Process, Discover the Journey of Becoming Yourself, who was named the Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year. 2011 brought another first. Robert Duncan was the first male spouse to make it to the top 5 as the Armed Forces Insurance Navy Spouse of the Year. Bianca Strakowski, Marine Corps spouse, won the overall award for her incredible work with family readiness programs and her commitment to military spouse education opportunities, something she still exemplifies in her work as managing editor for AmeriForce Media. Speaking of male spouses, in 2012, Jeremy Hilton won the overall title. A Navy veteran and Air Force spouse, Jeremy's dedication to advocating for the EFMP community has both been inspiring and relentless. 2012 was also the first year that the National Guard was included in the branch winners. As if that wasn't enough for 2012, 30 finalists from 2010, 2011, and 2012 were selected to attend Oprah's My Favorite Things show. 2013 was another banner year for the program, as the installation level was added for the award, ensuring that each and every base, district for the Coast Guard, and state for the National Guard has a representative. And for the first time, a National Guard spouse, Alicia Hines Ward, took the title for her work with military families and community businesses. In 2014, the program saw the first overseas winner in serial entrepreneur, author of Mommy Retailing, influencer, and Marine Corps spouse Lakeisha Cole, whose family was stationed in Okinawa, Japan at the time. Lakeisha would go on to work with Senator Tim Kaine of Virginia to introduce the Military Spouse Employment Act and attend the State of the Union address as his guest, showing military spouses everywhere that our voices do matter. In 2015, Taya Kyle spoke at the awards luncheon, where she was awarded the Gabby Giffords Award for Bravery and Courage. Army spouse Corey Weathers was named the Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year for her commitment to encouraging military marriages. Because of this award, Corey was invited to travel with the Secretary of Defense to visit troops in Afghanistan, Iraq, Turkey, and the Persian Gulf. Her book, Sacred Spaces, and her Life Giver podcast continue to be a force multiplier of her inspiring work. In 2016, Marine Corps spouse Natasha Harth took the crown. The founder of the nonprofit Be a Blessing DC, helping local homeless and military families that need a hand up, Natasha told us that any ordinary person can do the extraordinary. In 2017, Air Force spouse Brittany Bacher was named the Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year. Brittany founded the Down Syndrome Advancement Coalition, a nonprofit designed to unify organizations that meet the needs of the Down syndrome community. Brittany has partnered with the USO and Armed Forces Insurance to bring spouses across the country her workshop, Discovering Your Spark, Finding Your Color in a Camouflaged World. In 2018, Army spouse Krista Simpson Anderson was awarded the title at the USO Metro Annual Gala. The theme of the gala was a salute to spouses, and we can't think of anyone more deserving than the spouse with the heart of gold.
Krista is the founder of The Unquiet Professional, a nonprofit she created in memory of her late husband, Staff Sergeant Michael Simpson. In 2019, it was Marine Corps spouse Holly Vega who was named Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year. A super volunteer, Holly serves as a Links mentor with Marine Corps Family Team Building and as a co-lead for Military Hearts Matter through the American Heart Association.
2020 was certainly a challenging year across the world with the COVID-19 outbreak. Despite the pandemic, Armed Forces Insurance was proud to continue its tradition of the MSOY program, naming Paulette Fryer as the 2020 Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year. Paulette was the first Coast Guard spouse to receive the award for her tremendous volunteer and mentoring efforts. Paulette created the Million Mile Project to raise awareness around the veteran and military community suicide epidemic. Participants are encouraged to log miles however they enjoy for 22 days.
In 2021, we honored Paulette and hit pause on the program while we dealt with the lasting effects of COVID-19. In 2022, the program returned better than ever. For the first time in history, a Space Force spouse was selected as the Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year. Sarah Strader earned the title for her incredible advocacy. Sarah hosts boot camps for other spouses, training them how to leverage their voices. She also hosted an annual service day, collecting over $1,000 and 300 winter coats for Afghan refugees. In 2023, Army spouse and wellness champion Evie King was named the Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year. As the president of Independent, an inclusive wellness community for military spouses, Evie's advocacy has drawn attention to the often overlooked mental health struggles of military spouses. Evie does this by providing opportunities for healthy decision-making and accessible wellness resources, such as the Fuel the Homefront workshop, aimed at reducing food insecurity among military families. We salute all of our winners and thank you for being part of the Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year program.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to share some photos from this week's activities while the main course is served. Okay, everyone, on with the program. Please join me in welcoming a truly remarkable individual who does not need an introduction, but I'm going to give her one anyway. Susie Schwartz has been a pillar of support and a steadfast advocate for military spouses. Over the years, she's mentored hundreds, likely thousands, of military spouses and guided them to significant achievements within our community. Since the beginning of the AFI MSOY program in 2008, Susie has been an integral part of our journey. She's not only a role model, but a champion for our SOYs, always ready with encouragement and constructive support. I can personally attest to her positive influence, having received her wise counsel on many occasions. Susie is celebrated for her positivity and kindness, which she shares with her spouse, General Nordy Schwartz, the 19th Chief of Staff of the Air Force, who is also joining us today. Thank you for joining, sir. After 16 years of dedicated service, Susie has decided to retire from her formal role within the AFI MSOY program, and although she's stepping back, she leaves a lasting legacy, and I have no doubt that she will continue to inspire us as a valued guest during this very special week that she helped create. Please welcome my friend, the one-of-a-kind, Susie Schwartz. She thinks she's going to get the mic right now, but
I got my glasses.
but she's not yet. I just have one more gift. We were kind of teasing with her yesterday because we sort of sprinkled some gifts from morning to lunch to afterwards. And I have one more very, very special gift. Hang on here. It requires a little bit of background, so bear with me. So about this brooch. There was a period of time from 1945 to 1952 when World War II U.S. Army Air Force was transitioning to the U.S. Air Force. It was also a time for big changes in military uniforms. During this time, many new Air Force personnel still wore Army olive drab uniforms with gold buttons, while the new blue uniforms with silver buttons were being phased in. The design of the new Air Force buttons were temporarily manufactured in gold to be used with the existing Army uniforms. Lauren Hope with Hope Designs mounted an original Air Force button on the AFI MSOY brooch design, which is what Susie has on now. This symbolizes what a trailblazer Susie is. She's an original who is a proud Air Force spouse and someone who will be forever known as an instrumental contributor to this program. Thank you for your loyal service, Susie.
Got me on the right page.
I got you on the
There I
right
am.
page.
Hey, wait. Thank you.
Love you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm a little short. You know, this is, sorry. Thank you, Lori, and thank you, everybody. I said it yesterday, but this has been really the joy of my life, and I truly believe that more impact through this group than even when my husband was on active duty. So, so many friends in this room, I just can't even count them all. Thank you all, and congratulations. Okay, so that's it for me. Once again, I want to thank really our senior leadership. It takes a lot to get them here. They're busy. We really appreciate it. It means a lot. Just looking in this row right here in this front part of the room, it just means so much to every person in this room that you care. When this award first started, it was spouses giving to spouses. There were no active duty. When I say active duty, I got the Guard, the Reserve, everybody. Please don't be offended, anybody in this room. There were no service members in the audience. It was just spouses giving to spouses. And some of you know the story, but I'm just going to repeat it one more time for everybody in here who has not heard. When Chris came to everybody, when my husband was still serving as a chief, they met with the service chief spouses to see about us supporting this award. And it was a huge decision because it was supporting a business in giving this award. And we were afraid because it wasn't a nonprofit giving this award. And we all decided we were either going to be all in or not. And literally the emails were a-flying, and we said if it's for military spouses and there was nothing else like it, we were all in. And they have been all in ever since. So thank you again for attending, everybody. Thank you very, very much. Okay, now it's my pleasure to introduce a friend, maybe my boss for one more day, someone who Norton and I had the pleasure, the honor to serve with while on active duty, traveled a little bit with, got to go on a couple fun trips. But now he is the chairman of the board of Armed Forces Insurance. And they have continued supporting this wonderful program. All right. So he's here today to again really show you how much Armed Forces Insurance supports all of you. And with that, Sid, if you would come to the stage. My introductions are short, you guys. That's just kind of what it is. Thank you so much.
Folks, no bigger supporter of military spouses and the Military Spouse of the Year program than Susie Schwartz. She's just a beautiful person. And genuine about this support. She favors the Air Force just a little bit. Did that come out? Okay. And General Schwartz, thank you. In fact, a thank you to all of the senior leaders here, fellow generals, admirals, distinguished leaders, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, military spouses and their members. We appreciate all of you being here. You know, this is the only dinner I've been to, if you look at your dessert, it's the only dinner I've ever been to where the dessert had more certifications than my doctor has. I've never seen anything like that before. Don't know what it tastes like, but. You know, every year we get to do this, and I take this as a pleasurable thing to do. I take pride in doing it because we're honoring a large part of our armed forces, and that's our military spouses. Obviously, we're honoring, in a special way, some of the military spouses, but this ceremony, this program recognizes all military spouses and the contributions that they make today and in the future for our U.S. military. Today in Alabama, there were a bunch of thunderstorms that rolled through, and I have my home in Alabama, and my wife, unfortunately, isn't here. She's there. And about 2 hours ago, I got a call, kind of a little bit, I don't know, stressed, that the power's gone out at the house. And they have painters there, and the paint's half on, half off, and she's starting to lose it. And I said, Rebecca, don't worry. I said, it'll be okay. And she goes, well, what I really want to know is, how do you start the generator? Does this sound familiar to military spouses out there? I mean, this happens. But beyond taking care of the crisis at home while the members deployed away doing something. So this, by the way, so after your spouse retires, this continues on, this struggle for helping out. The words, we recruit the member, but we retain the family. This program speaks volumes about that. Because I know the decisions about staying with the U.S. military and armed forces is not solely on the member themselves, but after they've been married. So how you feel about your place in the U.S. military, I hope this program strengthens that in some way, because I see that as a national security concern. You all know about the struggles we're recruiting. I mean, we have to keep putting more money into it, more effort into it, better ideas into it. But clearly, if we're going to retain people, the family has to feel like they're rewarded by their experience, that the future holds something for them. And then the network extends beyond that when you're talking to other people about military service, because they just don't hear enough about it. There's too much other nonsense out there on social media and others, but the idea that all of you would extend that, and people not in this room would extend that message out to potential future military members and families is so crucial. So I take great pride in the fact that we're doing this program. Armed Forces Insurance is doing this program, not because we just think it's something to do and it's a smart thing to do. We think it's an honorable thing to do. So if you look around the room, you won't see any cavemen. You won't see Flo. You won't see a green lizard. You won't see an emu. You won't see mayhem. We got something way better than that. And I'm really proud of the fact that Armed Forces Insurance gets to recognize military spouses, all of them, and particularly the ones in this room. So I'm looking forward to greeting the overall winner, but truly my heart extends to all those military spouses out there, and thank you sincerely for what you do day in and day out.
Okay, can we go ahead and play the video?
I met Mary Lee on the first day of my chemo treatment back in 2013. She was asked by a fellow military spouse to come visit me as she was a breast cancer survivor. Mary Lee was my angel on many of my darkest days during treatments, multiple surgeries, and setbacks. Mary Lee had a positive outlook on everything in life. She was the shining star in the lives of many. She dedicated her time to military families during deployments, helping new military spouses learn the ropes, visited with those that were in the hospital, and she even coordinated big fundraisers to help find a cure for breast cancer. She wanted each of us to keep giving back and to live life to the fullest. Mary Lee Heather Considine passed on February 10, 2019, at the young age of 41 after a courageous fight with breast cancer for 8 years. We love, love, love you always, Mary Lee.
I'd like to express my gratitude to our 2019 Armed Forces Insurance Army Spouse of the Year, Maria Reed. She's here somewhere, I know. Thank you, Maria, for putting that video together for us. Okay, so on with the scholarship winners for this year. First, and when I call your name, please come up to the stage. First, we have Julie Eshelman, the 2022 AFI Fort Leavenworth Spouse of the Year, and the 2019 Army Not Affiliated with the Duty Station Spouse of the Year. Come on up, Julie. Next, we have Jennifer Dobbs, the 2024 AFI Minot Air Force Spouse of the Year. Amanda Kibble, the 2024 AFI Mississippi National Guard Spouse of the Year. And Jerian Lovell, the 2024 AFI Marine Corps Recruit Depot Paris Island Spouse of the Year. Can we give these all another round of applause? Okay, Suze. Thank you all. And now for the introduction of our 2024 branch winners. Okay. When we introduce you and your name is called, please join us on stage. Kimberly Gold, the 2024 Army Spouse of the Year. Joining her are General James Mingus and Mrs. Amy Mingus, who will be presenting her the medallion. Kimberly is the 2024 AFI Army Spouse of the Year. She shows strength and innovative spirit, which was inspired by her mother, the first Korean female Chief Warrant Officer 5 in the U.S. Army. She leads transformative initiatives within the military community, notably in her roles with Blue Star Families, the American Red Cross, where she champions solutions in housing insecurity with dedication and empathy. Her personal battles with child abuse and domestic violence deepens her commitment to its advocacy, empowering others to overcome their own adversities. As a prominent advocate for mental health, Kimberly confronts the silent battles faced by military spouses with relentless dedication. Her powerful speaking engagements catalyze the community action to prioritize well-being, leaving a profound and lasting impact. Kimberly stands as a beacon of hope and a driving force for change within the military community. Thank you, Kimberly. Liz Hensel, the 2024 Marine Corps Spouse of the Year. Joining Liz are Lieutenant General Bierman and Mrs. Andrea Ruiz. They will be presenting Liz with her medallion. Liz is a powerful advocate for military families, known for her pioneering work with the Pet Reimbursement Act. She began advocating when she was recognizing the emotional and financial challenges of relocating pets during military moves. Leading a champion that resulted in the act, providing financial relief for families moving pets, and highlighting the role of the pets in stabilizing military families. Continuously pushing for systematic change, Liz advocates for policies changing and enhancement to the holistic well-being of military families. Her leadership and advocacy demonstrates the significant impact one individual can have on policy and community support, inspiring other military spouses to seek reform and justice. Yep.
Here we are. Okay. Here we go. All right. Next, Angela Littoral, the 2024 AFI Navy Spouse of the Year. And representing the Navy is Vice Admiral Brad Skillman and Mrs. J.C. Skillman, who I've known forever. And they will be presenting Angela's award. Angela, the 2024 AFI Navy Spouse of the Year, is a prominent advocate for the financial empowerment of military families. Working with the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society and various other nonprofits to enhance financial literacy, she focuses on equipping families with crucial financial information, especially during PCS and other times. Through leadership, Angela conducts targeted financial education workshops and develops tailored financial services that address the unique challenges of military life. She is actively involved in policy reform, pushing for improvements in military support systems to meet the financial needs of families better. Maybe I could have used that years ago, Nort. Her advocacy efforts not only provide immediate financial guidance, but also promote long-term financial stability, making Angela a key figure in strengthening the economic resilience of the military community. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Okay, next, Danielle Alfer, the 2024 Armed Forces Insurance Air Force Spouse of the Year. And joining her on stage are General James Slife and Mrs. Gwendolyn Slife, who will be presenting Danielle with her medallion. Danielle, the 2024 AFI Armed Air Force Spouse of the Year, is a dynamic military spouse and community leader dedicated to the well-being of military families. Serving as an outreach assistant and American Red Cross hospital chairman, she has driven initiatives to connect military families with crucial resources, enhancing volunteer integration and operational efficiency, which led to cost savings and better support. As a key spouse, Danielle provides essential support and guidance during family transitions, leveraging her understanding of the challenges military families face to enhance her advocacy, especially against homelessness and isolation. Her role within the Military Spouse Advocacy Network further amplifies her impact, empowering individuals and strengthening community bonds. With this title, Danielle is set to further her advocacy for accessible support networks and foster a more inclusive community, ensuring all members feel valued and supported. Congratulations. Lori, we're switching. In case you can't tell, me and Lori don't normally use some of these words. We're better at winging it, so we're being official today. It's a solemn, official day.
Yes, it is. Next up is Courtney Barber, the 2024 AFI Space Force Spouse of the Year, and joining her is General Michael Gutlein and Mrs. Rachel Gutlein. Dr. Courtney Barber, the 2024 AFI Space Force Spouse of the Year, is a seasoned psychologist and marriage and family therapist focused on boosting the mental health and resilience of family members. With over 20 years in healthcare and a decade as a military spouse, she effectively merges professional expertise with deep understanding of military life changes, providing meaningful support to the community. As the founder and CEO of Barber Family Counseling and Wellness, Courtney is recognized for her leadership in mental health advocacy, influencing policy development, and improving service accessibility for family members. Her initiatives strengthen community bonds and enhance well-being within the Space Force community. Courtney's strategic efforts not only tackle immediate issues, but also drive long-term systematic change, establishing her as a vital force for positive transformation in the military community. Congratulations. Next, we have Shauna McQuaid, the 2024 AFI Coast Guard Spouse of the Year. And joining her is Master Chief Petty Officer of the Coast Guard, Heath Jones, and Mrs. Carol Jones. Shauna is a fervent advocate for military families with special needs dependents. Based at Sector New York, she has dedicated over 13 years to enhancing support for families, particularly through the Exceptional Family Member Program, EFMP. Her efforts ensure families receive essential medical, educational, and community resources, especially during relocations. Beyond her advocacy, Shauna is deeply involved in community service as she volunteers with the New York City Department of Veterans Services, distributing meal kits to families in need, and organizing monthly coffee connections with Blue Star families in Brooklyn, building supportive networks for military spouses and veterans. Shauna's blend of empathy, leadership, and advocacy not only transforms the lives of those within the military community, but also inspire and motivate others to contribute positively to this vibrant and resilient community. Congratulations. You up, Suze? Yeah, right. Okay. Courtney Deddy, the 2024 AFI National Guard Spouse of the Year, will be joined by Major General Joseph Jared and Mrs. Susan Jared to present her with the medallion. Courtney champions infertility awareness within the military community. As Community Support Director for Building Military Families Network, she provides resources to National Guard spouses dealing with infertility, a prevalent challenge affecting 1 out of 6 couples globally. Motivated by her own experience, Courtney works to destigmatize infertility and mental health issues, enhancing educational outreach and support services. Using her accolade to perform, she advocates for policy reform and stronger community engagement, aiming to improve support networks for military families and position herself as a dedicated advocate and a beacon of hope. Congratulations. Thank you to all of the spouses for your service and sacrifice. We are so privileged to have so many extraordinary senior leadership with us today. Your commitment to military families is inspiring, and we just can't thank you enough for being here.
And I want to make sure we understand that we are included at senior enlisted leader as well. It takes a village. And so it is leadership on both sides. And we thank all of you for being here.
Absolutely. General Clark, the moment has come.
Okay, here we are. Cameras, something, whatever. All the things. All the things.
I'm not even going to read this. I'm just going to say, by the evidence that's revealed in just a second, you'll know who the overall Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year recipient is. It is we're going to get the doctor and her entourage up here. Congratulations, Courtney. And we're going to do a lot of pictures. You want to start here, and then we'll move on.
Oh, my speech is there.
Okay, you've got it.
Now it's time for Lottie Dottie and everybody.
Please.
There you go. We're going to give Courtney a couple of minutes to make some remarks.
We need to do anything else.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Whew. The nerves are real right now. Most of you know by now that I am what you call an ambivert, meaning that I can be very extroverted when asked, but I'm very introverted by nature. So this is quite a bit. So bear with me as I try to make it through what I wrote and didn't think I'd use. So here we go. I am deeply honored and grateful to be standing here today as the Space Force Spouse of the Year and the overall Military Spouse of the Year hosted by AFI. To my fellow Space Force mil spouses, I share this honor with you. Together we navigate the unique set of challenges and opportunities that come with being part of a new branch while also continuing to support our spouses and the mission. We may be small, but we are already proving to be a very mighty group of trendsetters. To my fellow military spouses across the branches, I share this honor with each of you too. I read many of your stories and was impressed by each one. You are all doing amazing things amidst the unique challenges that this lifestyle can present, and I see you. To the AFI team, thank you for your commitment to honoring and celebrating military spouses across all branches of services. To the service members who sit in this room, both the Space Force and the other branches, you all are a huge part of why I can sleep at night. I appreciate you and everything you give to protecting this nation. To the Space Force leadership, a special thank you for what you are doing to create a new modernized path of operation and family engagement. Our Space Force families need you, and we are excited to have you at the helm. I hope you are all successful in these efforts, and they not only strengthen our force, but the new ideas that we are engaging in spread across the armed forces. To my family and my friends and our team back home, your love, encouragement, and understanding sustain me through the highs and lows of this life. I am forever grateful for you. Last but certainly not least, and I'm not sure where he went, oh, he's over there. To my favorite service member, my husband, my best friend, I love you. Your dedication, courage, and sacrifice inspires me every day. You fill me with pride and keep me cyclically falling in love with you. This life is not easy, marriage is not easy, but nothing ever worth it is. Thank you for always supporting me and the girls, for putting up with my crazy and loving us so hard. I'm honored to be by your side as we travel along this journey. I can't wait to share more spaces with you all as we move forward and to create new ties. Thank you again, and Semper Supra.
Yeah, will all of our military representatives stay so that we can get some more formal pictures? And then after that point, we will have a receiving line outside in the foyer.
And
Go ahead. Yep, this is
it. Thank you all very, very much. See you next year, and continue to support this wonderful group of military spouses. Thank you.